up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And guys, I know what you're thinking. Drock, why are you shirtless, wearing a red bandana, and covered in camo paint while doing a Raid Shadow Legends video? That's a great question. That's a great question, but there's a good answer. And that is that I was recording a TikTok for a different video game, actually. And I was like, you know what? I'm not changing. I'm going to do this video for Raid dressed as I am. And you know why? Because it makes sense for what we're talking about today, guys. Because what we're talking about is one elite, god tier, insane nuker damage dealer. That's right, buffed SIEGFRUND. Holy smokes, guys. Buffed SIEGFRUND is absolutely bonkers. So we're going to take him out. We're going to do some damage tests. And frankly, if anybody deserves me to be covered in camo paint, looking like I was just in the Vietnam War, aka Orem Rambo, it's buff SIEGFRUND, because this champion is insane. Now, I have built him in some of my strongest gear to make him an absolute beast, and we're going to take him in. We're going to do some tests with him to see what he can do. But yeah, he's a freaking monster, guys, and holy smokes, the buff definitely was effective. Super effective buff. Way more than I ever could have thought. And obviously I just did a video on him talking about how maybe the buff wasn't enough. I was wrong. The buff was enough. The buff was absolutely enough, and we'll get into why. So just to remind you about his skills and what they buffed his A1 damage to 2-hitter, which is great, gets around a UDK, also transfers debuffs, which is awesome, which means you can get rid of decreased attack on him. It's huge. You've also got his A2 Seraphic Wave. This skill just is insane now because he gets to potentially he does way more damage with the skill, and if he kills 2 people, it resets the cooldown of all of his skills. If he kills 1 person, it resets the cooldown of this skill. And also, by the way, critical hits fill his turn meter, so you can hypothetically just cycle through his abilities if he's getting 4 critical hits with this skill. It's nuts. And then this is the most terrifying ability, I think, in Raid currently, besides maybe Georgid. It's you know, it's tricky. They're both incredible, but this is probably scarier because of the insane damage that it does. I mean, I am not kidding when I say that he is probably the strongest nuker in the entire game now, or very, very, very close. This ability is bonkers strong. Rage of the Nephilim. You will see the damage it does is absolutely nuts. And then obviously they gave him a 2-turn block damage buff. I've covered this before. They increased the block damage on his revive form to be 2 turns as well. Now, the thing that I criticized when I looked at his buff originally was, well, he still can't choose when to change forms, right? Like, he's still the only mythical that you can't choose when to change into the alternate form. And also because his damage dealing form is on his first form, he is susceptible to be locked out, unlike every other mythical. And at the time, before we saw the damage of what he would do, I felt like, well, this kind of makes him less useful. Like, you know, you can counter him much more easily. But here's what I'll say. Because of how insane his damage is, I actually think that this is not the worst thing in the world. If he had his damage form on his second form, there would be there would be even less ways to counter him. And I feel like lockout is almost a necessity if you're facing SIEGFRUND now. That or just banning him outright. He is almost a guaranteed instant ban because of how insanely powerful he is. Now, I've got him in Polymorph Blessing here, and we'll talk about why, but basically it's because the only way to counter him is lockout or blocking his passive. Or UDK is the other really good counter for his Rage of the Nephilim skill. And then masteries wise, just so you can see, you know, I've got him in Helm Smasher, normal kind of stuff, kill streak, you know, basic stuff. We get the cycle of violence because he does so much damage. I could probably switch him into Whirlwind of Death here, but yeah, guys, this buff is crazy. Let's take a look at the gear. We've got him in a Savage, triple speed, crit damage, attack percentage. We got more Savage, speed, attack percentage, crit rate. More Savage, double crit damage, crit rate, speed. So you can see I've got really, really solid gear on him. Attack percentage with a triple crit rate roll and attack percentage ascension. Attack percentage, crit rate, attack percentage. Just like, I put some really damn good gear on him overall. And so just to get an idea of what his stats are at right now in his damage form, we are looking at 50k HP, almost over 9,250 attack. I mean, this could go higher if I redid some of the ascensions. Oh, I completely forgot. Let me show you the accessories. Hold on quickly. Attack, speed, attack, attack, crit damage. Where's this? Crit damage, attack, HP, triple roll, attack. This could be attack. Obviously, I could make a couple of these attack if I wanted to, but I want him to have a little bit of survivability, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But okay, back to the original total stats. 9,200 plus attack, 258 speed, 335% crit damage. You don't need his speed to be as fast as other nukers because of his ability to protect himself on his passive. But holy smokes, this guy hits super hard. I wish I had more resistance to counter Taurus A2s, because that is the one thing that can kind of screw him up as well if he gets stunned. But that's also part of why I got polymorph on him in case that happens. So let's get him into the dungeons. Let's put him into Dragon. Let's see what he can do damage wise. And I'm just going to tell you, it's nuts. You know what? First, we'll do Georgia to give you a baseline of like what one of the other most terrifying nukers does at this point in time. So we're going to increase attack with Arbiter. We'll use Georgia's A1 right here because we want to set up for that Lydia decreased defense. And let's take a look, slow it down. Let's use Georgia's A3, Deadly Ballet. This is going to be comparable to Rage the Nephilim in terms of like skills. So let's see what it does. 404,000, not bad. And then obviously he gets another turn because he killed her. And let's see what the AoE does. AoE 374, 386, 265. Pretty darn good, right? Pretty darn good. So 404,000. Cool. Now let's put SIEGFRUND in here and let's see what our boy SIEGFRUND can do. Oh my God, I've already done this and it's mind-blowing. I'm not gonna beat around the bush, guys. It is absolutely bonkers. So let's take a look at our boy SIEGFRUND and what SIEGFRUND can do. All right, we're gonna lead with the A1 again. Not bad, not great, not incredible, but not bad. Set up again, decrease defense, weekend. We got all the stuff, boost the speed. All right, time for Rage of the Nephilim. Okay, we're gonna hit this wonderful individual here with Rage of the Nephilim. Let's see what it does. 635,000, 2.5 million. What? What did what? 2.5 million. You saw that correct. Go again. I want to do that one more time with this ability. Let's speed it up. 2.5 million, guys. And it killed everybody. This is truly Rage of the Nephilim, not kidding, the scariest ability in the game, bar none. Because if you kill someone with this ability, it's game over for everybody else on the team. The only exception is if people are in stone skin or they have reaction gear. That's about it, because anything else, you are blasting through it. And hell, if you hit someone and kill them like that and someone else is in stone skin, they're still probably going to die, frankly, with 2.5 million damage. Let's do it again. Do it again. Let's see what we got. 590, 1.9, 2.0, 2 million damage. What in the world have we done? I mean, what? You see why he deserves this getup? He's insane. He is absolutely insane. And the A2 isn't bad either. Let's get up and let's show the A2 now. I mean, this was the biggest problem with SIEGFRUND is he just didn't do damage. Well, that's certainly fixed. He does damage now, boys. And God, does he do a lot of it. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit with the A2. And again, keep in mind, this is what you're going to see. We should kill everyone, but Seraphic Wave, 359, 301. So it's not super powerful, the A2, but look, we already got our turn again because we hit 1, 2, 3, 4. And this ability also refreshed because we killed more than 2 enemies. So you can just, boom, you just go through here. So you don't need as much speed on this guy because of how insane his abilities are in terms of hitting crits. I mean, you can literally hit someone with the A2, go right into the A3. Bam, Rage the Nephilim. Boom, 474. And then wipe everybody out. I mean, he is a terrifying nuker, guys. He is an absolute terrifying nuker to face. And I know I got wrecked by him the other night, right? Trying to find counters, trying to figure out how to beat him. And frankly, your best bet is just to ban him at this point. Counter-wise, you've got Lockout. You've got block passives, so Rhonda, Ramontu. so you can kill him, because that's one of the things that makes him hard to kill is that block damage buff, right? People like Rotos, of course, can get through that. Anyone that gets through block damage, Georgid, and then also Stoneskin. Stoneskin is probably the best overall counter to him beyond Lockout. But he's terrifying, guys. He is terrifying in the arena. Let's take him into Classic Arena. I don't even think I'm in Platinum right now. I'm not even going to bother getting into it. It doesn't matter, because whether you're in Platinum or not, this dude just absolutely nukes. Just nukes. I don't know if there's any super strong teams here. Probably not. 14 million, that's not bad. Not a super strong team, but we'll hit it anyway. So let's just take a look damage-wise at what he does. I've already got him in here because I was testing him out earlier, but oh my God, guys, he is something else, man. He is just terrifying. He is terrifying. And again, you don't even necessarily need a Necrit with him because of his passive, because he has the ability to block damage, right? Off of his passive. So let's go ahead and let's bust out the A3 and let's just see what the A3 does here. Boom. Through Stoneskin. Good night, Georgian. Your Stoneskin doesn't mean anything to me. Fear me. Oh my God, dude. Holy smokes. I think the other big... So this is actually two of his biggest counters right here. Harima and UDK. This is like, if you're looking to counter him, or if you're looking for teams that would be hard, it's going to be these two guys, because Harima's going to reduce his A3 damage, and that's the skill that's the most terrifying. And then UDK has the affinity benefit. And then also on top of that, he's forced to hit him. So let's go ahead again. Let's lead. This time we'll lead with... Nah, we're probably not going to get crit. So let's lead with the A3 again. See if we can kill the UDK. Weak hit. So you can see, only way to counter him, Harima, UDK, lockout, block passive. If you are fighting this guy, you absolutely have to have one of those things along with as much stone skin as you possibly can humanly build, because otherwise you are going to get wrecked. You are going to get wrecked immediately, hard, just destroyed. And there's very little you can do. So at the time, like I said, I was very disappointed that Plarium didn't change his kit. Let's hit the A2 here. The Plarium didn't change his kit. Not bad. Killed the Harima. Okay, I know this team isn't super strong, but again, we're losing that 50%. Whatever, let's see what we got here. Boom, bam, say goodnight. It was still weak, doesn't matter. Everybody dead. He's just, dude, he is a bonkers champion. And I'm so glad they left his kit as it is, given how much damage he does. Because frankly, if they hadn't, he would be the guaranteed top pick in arena pretty much every single time, because nobody does damage like this guy as easily as this guy does, right? Like there are other champions like Garal that can hit for millions of damage as well, but you have to have massive amounts of setup, right? Well, with SIEGFRUND, you don't need to set anything up. You just literally put him in there. You give him an attack boost. Like obviously you want to get up into increased attack on him to really maximize stuff. But other than that, you don't need anything else. You don't need decreased defense for him to hit insane damage numbers. He's got ignore defense on his ability. You're fine. You know, like it's crazy how strong this champion is. I think it's good. You know what I mean? It's good to have another incredible nuker, and it's good for another mythical champion to be good, right? Like that's been the biggest complaint with him. And if you remember my Ashe video that I did, or the video I did with Ashe where we talked about our tier list, I'm pretty sure he was dead last because he really was that bad. But thank God they didn't change this given how much damage he does. Because if he did have his form shifted, I don't even know what I would do. Like he literally would be a champion that you are immediately banning no matter what, every single time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not in plat, but trust me when I say, guys, this champion absolutely decimates. Absolutely decimates. Let's even get one Taurus Merchant team. We'll do a couple. I mean, they're not even quote unquote the meta anymore, but we got Taurus there. Taurus Merchka, don't see anyone. We can face Taurus. Why not? Could get frozen here by the Tormund, but not him since he's protected by Necrit. Again, we have UDK again. Only thing slowing him down. But yeah, he's bonkers, guys. He's absolutely bonkers. Let's see if we can just kill the UDK. Probably not. Yeah, didn't think so, but you know, worth a shot. We'll hit with the A2 first. Oh, what the what? Wait, what? How do we kill is the Taurus not geared? What the heck? I have no idea what just happened there. There's absolutely zero way that should have happened. 458, not bad though in arena. On the sheep, right? Golly goodness, this ability is nuts. Just a monster. He's a monster. He's an absolute freaking monster. I think he's like top pick or close to it for live arena now. Excuse me. Like, I'd be picking him constantly. And I was running into him all the time the other night. All the time. I don't think we're going to get a Taurus Marichka team. Because that's, again, the other thing that can really screw him up is that Taurus counterattack, which can stun him. So then, you know, if he's not protected by Necker, then you might lose him. Oh, this is good. This is like a plat level team. Perfect. See if we're faster. Probably a speed team. Yeah. So I would imagine they die pretty easily. But we'll find out. Let's just nuke here with the A3. The A3 is just so freaking strong. Just crazy. We'll do the A3. We'll hit it on the Sifi, actually, even though she has more health. This will make less damage overall, but oh, it doesn't matter. 700,000 damage. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's going through everybody. I mean, good Lord. What have they done? What have they done? Oh, man. I'll tell you what. If there's one thing that's crystal clear in the last couple weeks, the meta has shifted, my friends. The meta has shifted, and it has shifted big time. I'll do a separate video talking about all that, but I just wanted to show you what he's capable of, because again, if you have a SIEGFRUND and you were sad to hear that he was low on the tier list, if we redid that tier list video, I mean, God, he's probably got to go into the top 3 at this point overall because of how insane his damage does. He's definitely, I think, ahead of Goral now, because again, like, with one of the things about his kit is his second form is really good when you look at what it does now after the buff. Like the fact that if you can keep him alive, if he's the last person standing in that first form and actually gets to the second form, and again, sometimes hard to do if you're specifically targeting him, trying to kill him, but it's possible. But this secondary form, 50% HP, 50% turn meter, block damage buff for 2 turns, that's really freaking strong. So if you can get to his second form, it's pretty darn good. And he has the ability to really just mess your team up. But yeah, hats off, Plarium. You definitely buffed him. You definitely buffed this champion. So guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the new buff SIEGFRUND. I can't believe I'm saying this, but did they go too far? I don't think they did. But then again, I've only faced them a couple times in arena, and maybe after a couple months I might change my tune. But let me know what you think. Did they go too far? Did they not go far enough? Do you still want to see his other forms swap? I think they should leave it just as it is because of how insane his damage is now. If they hadn't made his damage quite as good, then I would still advocate for that form being swapped. But you got to have some kind of counters to champions, or otherwise you end up in a Taurus Marichka situation. We don't want that again. That's the last thing we want. Cough, cough, our mons. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed this ridiculous outfit. I can't wait to see the responses to this. For those of you who actually made it to the end of the video, let me know what you think of this absurd getup. I feel like it's like Hell Hades when he does his damage stuff, but taken to another level. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you soon. Big Papa Drock out.